So they had no evidence. That means they had to go fabricate the evidence. And this is why I had to take the plea deal, because in Tim Masters' case, they fabricated stuff. When I saw that they started fabricating evidence against me, there's no way these guys are going to let me go. So if I fight it, I know damn well I'm going down the road, 4 to 6 years. Anyway, so these guys went to the trouble to fabricate evidence. I told them that it was 20 feet across, and it is. It's 20 feet across. So, and this police photo after it landed, you can see their photograph. You can see these police officers standing over this flying saucer. And that photograph is PA 150356. In this next photograph, PA 150362, you see they pulled the measurement from the outside to the center pin at 10 feet. You double that, it's 20 feet wide, just like I said. So in order for them to somehow prove that I somehow had knowledge that it wasn't going to lift up that much weight, they lied and they said they pulled new measurements and it's 16 feet wide. We then took measurements of the balloon, which measured 16 feet across and 6 feet tall. And the compartment below was 2 feet. So they get this Professor Jones from CSU to come in and back it up and validate that a 16-foot wide flying saucer is not going to pick that up. Well, that's a lie. Basically, he stated the craft would probably not have been capable of sustaining flight with Falcon aboard. However, he did add, based on the description of the craft provided by RICHARDHEENE, originally, those calculations, when used, would have been able to sustain flight. Well, guess what? They get it back to the garage. The next photograph from the DA's file, number DSC0108, was taken on 10/16/09. I mean, the damn garage was 16 feet wide. I'm a building contractor. At one glance, I can tell you that that's 16 feet. Take the lights, section out the lights across the room, do some Photoshop. You'll see it's 16 feet across. They didn't open the balloon up.
Mr. Haney was asked during this incident what the lifting capacity of this balloon was, and Mr. Haney provided a lifting capacity for 72 pounds. The Sheriff's Department had contacted a professor at CSU to determine whether, based on the capacity he had and the amount of helium he had, whether or not it would be possible to lift up Falcon Haney, and whether it's possible that he was in this balloon. And based on the dimensions that he gave them, this professor determined it was indeed possible. However, when they went back and did a search, they found drawings by Mr. Haney with lifting capacity, indications of him listing down his children's weight, and they found out that this balloon would only be able to actually pick up 21 pounds, much less than their child Falcon weighed.
If you look at all of these, you will not see anything on here that indicates child's weight. Prosecutor Andrew Lewis lied. There are no calculations of any child here. Look at this. Look again. No child weight. Not anywhere. Andrew Lewis, once again, is lying to the people, to the judge, and to the whole world. So the proof that Andrew Lewis is lying, the proof that this Professor Jones is full of it, I have a receipt right here. See that receipt? 5 helium tank full, tank large, $86 a piece, $430 something. Right there, 5 tanks. Okay? 5 tanks, 219 cubic feet a piece. I wouldn't consider the measurements nonsense. Your clients have made definite statements about LCSO potentially falsifying the measurements. I would hope that your comment to me that they have no intention of pursuing a civil case is true. But obviously, simply releasing exculpatory evidence regarding your client's claims of falsification can't happen just on your word or their word that they won't file. Are they signing something when you say they are signing off on the measurements? I don't have anything drafted, but it would in essence say that they agree, stipulate to the Colorado State University measurements dated March 8, 2010, finding the width of the craft side to side was approximately 16 feet plus or minus 6 inches, and the height of the craft from top to bottom, not including the basket, was 6 feet plus or minus, signed and dated. You see, this is the thing. They know that they were lying. So they tried to get Mayumi to sign something while I was incarcerated. Had she signed it, then we would have been screwed. You see, I mean, they know that they were lying. They know for a fact they were lying. And I got all the facts.
Okay, the base is here. We're going to hold it down. As flat as possible.
Got that? Okay. I got 10 foot 2 inches. 10 foot 2 inches. Right? So cross would be 20 foot 4. Look, 10 foot 2 inches. You see that? 10 foot 2 inches.
Is it focused?
Is it focused? Get back. Okay, now look at mommy. She's right in the center. Okay, so that's 122 inches. That's 122 inches, okay? 36 inches high. We're going to square root that to prove that the distance all the way across is in fact 20 feet. I mean, how could you miscalculate this at 16 feet? That's impossible.